I just read the news yesterday about Zillow canceling or closing down their iBuyer program. And then I read this quote by the CEO, and I just thought this is the perfect representation of what the problem with using internet, robotic valuations, any sort of bias a human being has towards accepting authority as accurate. Even our entire world of predictions is called into question in this quote. It is just my favorite thing. All right. And there's a ton to say about Zillow, good and bad. I know all of it, right? And as a realtor, I've heard all of it. All right. And how they're buying and what they're doing and the political aspect, all of it. I've heard all of it. None of that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this thing that no one's thinking about. And there's so much to unpack in this. And here's the quote. In a statement explaining the abrupt move to pull the plug on the side of on the side business, right? The iBuyer business, the CEO, Rich Barton, said, the unpredictability, he didn't say it like that. I said it like that. The way he said it was, the unpredictability in forecasting home prices far exceeds what we anticipated. I love that quote. I love it. The unpredictability in forecasting home prices far exceeds what we anticipated, what we predicted. It's more unpredictable than we predicted. That's so great. Like, hello. Yes, that's all it's unpredictable. Home prices are unpredictable. Even the CEO, who is a smart guy, I think Zillow is a smart company. I think they do things really well. I think they do a lot of things really well. They have a lot of good, they have a war chest of money bigger than I could ever imagine having. They have great brains involved in this company. You understand, these are not sloppy, lazy, dumb people. These are people that think things through, that make, and they far exceeded what they thought they could do with predicting home values. And yet, I'm going to go on a listing appointment and the person is going to tell me this estimate means something. Are you out of your mind? That's insanity. They just told you they cannot predict the housing market in a way that they can make money out of it. The Zestimate, all of that stuff around prediction about the future is nonsense. It can't be done with any reliability. Does that mean it's never right? Of course not. It's right half the time. You just don't know which half you're on. It's the way predictions work. The problem with predictions isn't that they exist. The problem with predictions is you believe them. You have an innate need for predictability. You as a human being, you, the one I'm talking to, has an innate need for predictability. You're always looking for what does the future hold. This was developed over eons of human development. It's what separated us on the savannah. Is that a shadow or is that a panther? Is that, those are the kind of decisions human beings solved in predictability, reading patterns. That is what we do as human beings. But it doesn't serve us when we're trying to read patterns into things that are unpredictable, like the housing market. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. The only way to approach your need for predictability in the housing market is to slow down. Take a breath. Don't predict the housing market. What's housing going to do? It's unknowable. But you know what is knowable? How much money you have right now, how much houses cost right now, what your immediate needs are, right? What the short-term future holds for you, not the housing market, but for you. How much is your job likely to pay you? All those kinds of knowns that you can actually begin to see a little bit 6 months, maybe 12 months into the future, maybe for you. Narrow it down. Get to what you need. Then meet with a professional, someone who all they do is work with houses. All they do is forecast in your area, someone who's going to take the time to examine your personal situation, not an app on your phone, not something that's going to give you a general but someone who's going to take the time and look with you about what the best scenario for you is, taking into account and being responsible for the future's uncertain. So if a black swan shows up, if something shows up, that you don't get wiped out, because it could show up. So you got to be conservative, but not insanely conservative. You got to be responsible for your situation, which is why the smart person would never choose to use something discount service or some website or something that's going to be generalized information. Why? Because the unpredictability in forecasting home prices far exceeds what the experts think is possible. I love that quote. I just think that's the best. The unpredictability in forecasting home prices far exceeds what we anticipated. Of course it does. It's insanity. So there you go. Slow down. Take a breath. Your situation is not unknowable. The future of housing is totally unknowable. Yours, we can work with. So if you have questions, let me know. Love to help. Anyway, how to share. Talk to you soon.